Hello students, welcome to Angel Health Academy. Topic for the day or topic for the session is descriptive studies. Descriptive study. A descriptive study is the first phase or first step of an epidemiological study. So there are many epidemiological studies, that is experimental studies and non-experimental studies, observation studies and manipulation or intervention studies. In that, descriptive study is the first step or first phase of those epidemiological studies. This descriptive study is limited. It is limited to only description. Here it is describe the occurrence of any disease, a specific disease in a community or in the ward. For example, COVID-19 or any health problems in a population. Okay, that is hypertension, diabetes, obesity, etc. In a population in relation to person, place and time. That is PPT. Person means who are the people affected with that particular disease, which place, which ward, okay, geographical locality and time when it is. Okay, so descriptive study is limited to only to describe the occurrence of a disease in a population in relation to person, place and time. Thus, descriptive studies do not investigate or find out the causes, etiology of the particular problem, okay, health problem or health outcomes, but rather it aims to describe, only to describe. That's why it is called a descriptive study. Describe the occurrence and patterns that is related to what is the problem, okay, the particular problem, and who are the people affected, that is person, when, that is a time, and where, that is a place, and how much, the frequency, size of that particular problem or particular outbreak or disease. So example for a descriptive study is a health department, for example PHC or CHC might conduct a descriptive study, a survey, epidemiological survey, that is called a descriptive study, to examine the prevalence of obesity. Okay, obesity present in that particular people in that particular ward, prevalence of obesity in different age groups in a ward. Okay, in a 5th ward, 6th ward, 8th ward, any ward of that belongs to particular panchayat or particular PHC. The study would collect the data from those population, okay, through health surveys and epidemiological surveillance. Either we can conduct a health survey or an epidemiological survey to find out the percentage of the people, okay, number of people who are obese, okay, in the various subpopulations such as the children in that ward, adults in the ward, the elderly people in the ward, etc. And also track how obesity rates changes over time, okay, in different times, different year in that particular ward or different period in that particular ward, to track the changes or how obesity rate is changes among the population. Next is the key aspects of descriptive epidemiology. As we are already mentioned, it describes the person, place and time. So these are the three key aspects or elements of a descriptive epidemiology or study. So person is nothing but who is affected, so which sex, in which age, okay, their ethnicity, that is the white people, black people, or influence certain culture, certain practices, etc. Then place, where is the disease occurring, the geographic nature or location of the place, whether it is a locally endemic or whether it is an urban area or rural area, etc. All related to the place where the particular disease occur or particular problem is present or prevalent. Then time, when is the disease actually occurring, okay, throughout the period, or if there is any trends over time, okay, or that is a seasonality that may be seen in the summer season, winter season, okay, rainy season, etc. And whether it is a short-term disease or it is a long-term disease, last for a long period in that particular ward or community, or it comes as a cyclic, okay, that is called when the disease occurring. So these are the three aspects of descriptive epidemiology, that is person, place and time, PPT. The next is goals of descriptive study in epidemiology. What are the goals, what are the purposes and what are the objectives of conducting or doing descriptive study in epidemiology? First goal is to describe the health problem present in that particular area or the ward among the people, or any outbreak if present in that particular area. So to describe the health problem or health event or any disease or outbreak. Second goal is to identify the high risk groups for that particular disease or particular health problem to identify the high risk peoples. Okay, risk people in that particular ward. Then third one is to track the trends of that problem. Okay, whether the cycle is, whether it is short term, okay, whether it's seen in temporary or whether it is a permanent problem or the changes of occurrence. So to track the trends or change of occurrence of the disease over time. The last fourth goal is to inform the public authority or concerned public government for making different health decisions such as preventive measures, okay, various health actions, various health act or public health laws, etc. Okay, or to conduct a research in relation to that particular problem. Okay, so these are the four important goals of descriptive study in epidemiology. Next is uses of descriptive study in epidemiology. So after the descriptive study, we get the data. Okay, the data will be used for various purposes, may be related to the goals or objectives. First one is it is used for assessing the magnitude of that particular disease or outbreak or health problem. The magnitude means the size of the problem, number of people affected, percentage of the problem, okay, frequency and percentage of the particular problem. Second use is to provide clues for etiology. Usually in descriptive study, we are not finding out the etiology of the particular problem, but this study, this information or data will give the clue for etiology. With that, we can find out the etiology in the second study, that is with the analytical study. Then third use is to provide background data. This data of the descriptive study or information collected from descriptive study can be used as a baseline data or background data for planning health services, organizing health services or preventive services, implementing various health services to the public of that particular ward, okay, and evaluating the preventive health services. So the data of descriptive study provide the background data for planning, organizing, implementing and evaluating various preventive health services for those people. Then fourth one is this data contribute to the further community related research. So data of descriptive study is usually the baseline data for conducting the analytical study. Okay, after descriptive study we make the hypothesis and that will be checked in the analytical studies. Thus data of the descriptive study or information we collect from the descriptive study helps to or contribute for making further research in the community or in that particular ward, like analytical study. Then last one is fifth one is this data is used for public health actions, taking various measures to the public according to the data collected. That we said then planning, implementing, evaluation of various preventive services. So, then making health policy or various health act based on the problem or the occurrence of the particular disease in the community after a descriptive study. And moreover for the distribution or allocation of the resources like man, money, material to render the preventive services in that particular ward or area. So these are the important 5 uses of descriptive study. Next is types of descriptive study. Under descriptive study, it has got 2 types of population based and individual based. Population based study include cross-sectional study, ecological study. Individual based include case reports and case series. This I have explained in detail in my video about the classification or categorization of the epidemiological study. You can go through that and you can get the correct and accurate meaning of the different types of descriptive study. Next is steps or components in descriptive studies. So this is an important aspects of the descriptive study, that is steps in descriptive studies. I have been uploaded a video, the previous video regarding steps in descriptive studies. You can go through that and you can understand better. I have given some easy tips and mnemonics to understand the various 10 steps of descriptive studies. First one is defining the research problem or question and objectives. Second step is defining the study population for the study. And third one is defining and measuring the study variables, dependent and independent variables. Fourth one is selecting the study design or study type of study for the descriptive studies. Then fifth is data collection. Sixth one is analysis of the collected data. And seventh one is interpretation of the result or inferences of the study. And the eighth one is reporting and dissemination of the finding, okay, generalization of the findings. Then recommendation for the future studies like analytical study after descriptive study. Then ethical consideration, maintaining the confidentiality and collecting the informed consent of the study population, etc. all comes in ethical consideration. So these are the 10 steps in descriptive study, you can go through that my previous video to understand better with the easy tips. Next is advantages of the or merits of the descriptive study. First one is descriptive study is a simple study. Okay, it is a first study in epidemiology. It is very simple. Only we describe, we collect the information from the sample. So that is a simple, and it is very inexpensive. With the questionnaire, by making health survey or the epidemiological surveillance, we can get the information or data from the samples or population. Second advantage is helps to identify new disease trends. So through descriptive study, we can find out the new outbreak, new disease, new health problems. That is the emergence of any disease in that particular area or re-emergence of any diseases in that particular area. So we can identify or find out the new disease and its trends. Okay, whether it is occurring in the short term, long term, cyclic, seasonal, etc. That trends, that changes over also we can find out. Let me introduce you the person who is disturbing our class by continuous barking. Here he is. He is our beloved pet. His name is Jerry, who belongs to Mini Pomeranian category. The third advantage is descriptive study helps in assessing the public health needs. So when you assess the health problems, that will be a public health need or public health problems. Okay, with that we can have a planning, implementation and evaluation of preventive services for the welfare and well-being of the public. So it helps to assessing the public health needs or problems. Then fourth advantage is it highlights the areas for the analytical study, because analytical study is the second phase of epidemiological study. So it is based on the information we gathered, data gathered and hypothesis we made at the end of the descriptive study. And last one is others, such as generating various hypotheses for the analytical study, then monitoring many outbreaks in the community or in the ward, like emerging and re-emerging diseases, etc. So these all are the advantages in conducting descriptive study under epidemiological studies. Then last one is disadvantages or demerits or limitation of the descriptive study. The first one is it is limited to only description, okay, or describing the any outbreak. So first demerit or limitation or disadvantage is lack of identification of the causality of the disease. So in the introduction part also we said that descriptive study only describe the occurrence of a disease. It may not find out the identify or investigate the cause of that or particular etiology of the study. So that will be done in the second phase of the study in analytical study. So first demerit is or disadvantage is lack of identification of the causality of the particular problem. Okay, then second demerit is potential for bias and error. As we simply collect the data from the population, okay, that maybe there is a chance of bias or error in conducting the research study. So there is a chances for or potential for bias and error in conducting the study. And third one is this study, epidemiological study, is limited to or it has the limited scope for the inference or the finding or result of the study. Okay, it may not be so correct. What all the data collected from the population, we just find out the inference or result. That may give a limitation to understand the better about the particular problem. So it has a limited scope for inference or result of the research. And like that we have many other demerits, limitation or disadvantages, such as lack of generalization of the result to the public. Okay, as it is limited scope, we cannot generalize or this result of the study can be utilized for the public. Okay, so lack of generalization of the result, and sometimes we cannot control the variables that influence the study or that may cause the bias or error in the research studies. So these are the four important disadvantages, demerits or limitation of the descriptive study. So thanks for watching. So far we have discussed in detail about the descriptive study in epidemiology. Okay, hope this video really benefits and helps in your studies and exams. Okay, if so, please like, share and subscribe my channel and stay tuned with the Angel Health Academy for the next and important academic video. Thank you.